Yes, yes, yes. Go. Hmm. Yeah, the thing I always, and I'm a reason with other people, uh, it always a come up. Trust. Trust always a come up. Can it be repaired? Can the relationship be mended? And thing, will the persons or the two parties ever be the same? Can the one who's really hurting really let go and let trust lead the way? Yeah, man, trust can be repaired, but it requires effort, commitment, and a willingness to work through the issues from all parties involved. Here are some steps to consider. Acknowledge and accept responsibility. One, acknowledge hurt or betrayal. Recognize the pain caused and take responsibility for your actions or for the actions. Two, apologize sincerely. Offer genuine apology. Express remorse for the harm caused. Communicate openly and honestly. One, listen actively. Listen to the hurt party's perspective and validate their feelings. Two, be transparent. Provide clear explanation and information about what happened. Work to rebuilding trust. It's a work in progress. Yeah, man, it's a work in progress. So one, follow through on commitment. Demonstrate reliability by following through on promises and commitment. Be patient and consistent. Rebuilding trust takes time, so you have to be patient and consistent in your actions. Three, foster open communication. Encourage open and honest communication to prevent future misunderstanding. Right, forgiveness and healing. One, forgiveness is a process. Forgiveness is a journey and it may take time. Focus on healing, prioritize healing and growth rather than dwelling on past hurts. Key principles. One, sincerity. Approach the situation with genuine remorse and willingness to make amends. Two, consistency. Consistently demonstrate trustworthy behavior over time. Three, empathy. Showing understanding and compassion for the hurt party's feelings. Hey man, rebuilding trust is a complex and ongoing process. While it's possible to repair trust. It is essential to recognize that the relationship may never be the same. So, this is how we kick off the morning devotional here. We will do another segment. We'll touch on some more ways to enhance trust. All right. Now we touch gone into the devotional segment. Topic is parents as good shepherds. One, part one. Our fire scripture is taken from Second Peter 1, 5 to 10. And I remember Proverbs 27, verse 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herd. Okay. I could see if I can find the next translation. We can get a clearer understanding of what this, because this is taken from the King James Version. I will find the emphasis Bible if I can draw it. Okay. This translation reads you know you should know well the appearance of your flock, take good care of your sheep. Okie dokie here. Get a killer understanding of what the scripture say. Motivational quote says, godly and responsible parents guide their children and wards with all they have from wicked predators. Prophetic word for today. You will not fail God in your parenting responsibilities in the name of Yahshua. Parents are expected to live and act as good shepherds to their children. They are to be committed to the physical and spiritual well-being of their children. It is their responsibility to raise them in line with God's standards. Spend quality time with them. Find those who stray and bring them back to the flock, as well as guard and protect them. Dear parents, are you fulfilling your responsibility to raise your children in discipline and admonition of God, as in shared in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4? Nowadays, children are faced with an onslaught of satanic agenda and propaganda, as well as with their own imperfect inclination. 5 things are vital for you to shepherd your children and know them, feed them, guide them, protect them, and defend them. Let us look at each of these one after the other. As parents, being a good shepherd to your children requires that you make yourself available and approachable to them. You should spend quality time with them and patiently listen to them. Good shepherds who desire to please God in parenting will create time for this, no matter how busy they may be. By so doing, you will fulfill depend, the Bible's demand in Proverbs 27, verse 23. Mosquito. Oh boy. Sometimes I don't understand what what purpose mosquito serves. Only the mosaic could have explained that to me. What the purpose of a mosquito serve or fly, what purpose them serve, or even ticks. These annoying little pests at times. Sometimes I don't understand ticks, fly, mosquito. Well, so a bee serve for pollinate, but Minnesota was what the purpose of was. Or there's another bug. I can't remember right now. Anyway, let's continue. No, well, the appearance of their flock. Also, by so doing, you will ascertain who is healthy physically and spiritually, and who is not, and give them appropriate help. Also, as a parent, you shepherd your children by feeding them physically and spiritually. Sometimes a sheep strays from the flock. When it is attracted by green grass. In a similar way, a child could drift away on a spiritually dangerous path by being tempted by harmful association and degrading entertainment. It is your responsibility as a parent to prevent such a situation from developing You must identify your child's weak spots and correct them. Also, identify and help them to strengthen their Christian qualities or values. The regular period of family worship is an excellent time to do that. Ensure that all your children participate in and contribute to the family worship. Feeding your children spiritually, particularly by means of family worship, is a primary way that you can be a good shepherd. Yes, may the Most High God make us into good shepherds in the name of Yahshua. Father, make me an exemplary parent in the name of Yahshua. Oh God, help me to see anything lacking in my parenting and correct it in the name of Yahshua. Yes, we can do it on our own, rely upon our own understanding. We need the direction from our Heavenly Father. Some persons out there will scoff at this information. Yesterday, Sunday, I know this lady years now, years. She have children, couple of them, and yes, she's a parent. Her children are big, but she try to do everything upon her own. Hey, CK, well, go on, big up yourself. Everything she do upon her own, and the daughters, she have daughters and she have sons. They never reach out to give her a helping hand, or maybe she, as a mother, is one of them person that where perfectionist, in anything she's doing. But it's never bad to, to ask for help and to receive help. Sometimes you might take up too much on your plate. Yeah, man. So as a parent, you have to make the youth them help out at times. Don't try to do too much. I will refresh something here, so. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Mhm. Yeah, sometimes we can't take up too much burden on ourselves. No father or mother is a superman or a superwoman. We all need to. A Jamaican song goes like this: take it easy, take it easy. No need to worry. Mm. Rasta express mixed views on cannabis order in US. We members of the local Rastafarian community have expressed mixed views on President Donald Trump's recent signing of an executive order seeking to reclassify cannabis as a less dangerous drug in the United States. While there were some who welcomed the development, others demonstrate a lack of excitement towards the move. Errol MacDonald, a founding member of the international reggae band Chakala, con- considered the move of a positive to be a positive one. Anything towards freeing up the herb plant is obviously a good thing, he said, expressing hope that it will get to a point where certain situation and prison sentence concerned to cannabis possession are removed. They move it now to a medical category. I can only see a positive in that. I don't see anything negative. Hopefully, it could get to a stage where certain things become re- retroactive, where people who had charges could have them dropped, even if they serve time already. This now could be something good for them. It has to be a positive thing, Donald emphasized. Trump administration is seeking to expedite the reclassification of cannabis as a Schedule 3 drug, which is less restrictive than those listed in Schedule 1. The move is in a bid to ease federal barriers to medical research. The order does not seek to legalize recreational use nationwide. Drugs in Section 3 are those which are deemed good for medical use but have the potential to be abused. Schedule 1 drugs under the U.S. Controlled Substance Act are those said to be of high abuse potential, no accept medical use, such as heroin. First Man, who is the founder of the Rastafarian indigenous village in Montego Bay, St. James, told the Observer newspaper on Sunday that he did not expect the reclassification to really change anything for the people who already use the plant for medical and recreational use. or otherwise, people of the world already know what ganja is. It's more of a game that the politicians is playing than anything serious. It's more formality because in reality there is nothing different that is supposed to happen. The amount of research that has already been done on ganja, how much do they really want to do? Over the years, this was something that every president could do. Nobody knows the real agenda. If every president can do it and they don't do it, and this president is doing it, and I think Joe Biden did it, what is the agenda? We know the agenda. We know the agenda. Rastafarian attorney Marcus Goff told the Sunday Observer that he felt the move by Trump is a good one, but not one that necessarily will impact Jamaica. He pointed out that the order would open up opportunity for the exportation of the cannabis from other countries into the United States. However, due to the saturation of cannabis market, it is highly unlikely that Jamaica would benefit in that regard. The lack of enthusiasm from some members of the Rastafarian community towards executive order of contradicts with views by the Jamaican government following the announcement last week that Trump had signed. The executive the Jamaican government began to monitor closely for any development. State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Denala Seabright, said it was a major signal in the direction of further liberalization at the US federal level. He said that moving marijuana to Schedule 3 would materially ease barriers to medical and scientific research, expand clinical study opportunities, and alter the operating environment for regulatory marijuana activity. You note that the development could be significant for a country like Jamaica, which which has decriminalized small amounts of marijuana under regulated medical, scientific, and therapeutic marijuana regime overseen by the Cannabis Licensing Authority. Jamaica's framework has been deliberately designed to support lawful, research driven, and medical focused activity. However, the continued Schedule 1 classification in the US has long contributed to banking and corresponding services challenges, elevated compliance codes, risk assessment by financial institutions, he writes it. Nevertheless, a US federal move away from Schedule 1 represents a meaningful, long awaited shift and one that could gradually reduce frustration for legitimate medical research, scientific innovation, and compliance. Value added opportunities for Jamaica over time, he added. Let's see. This article gone already about. Bridge of Compassion Relief event for Sunday. That was yesterday, but we didn't see this article. An organization spearheaded by Carla Burke of Showtime Service will stage fundraiser Sipan Singh Jamaica Relief Edition this Sunday, December 21. Space in Wald Woodbridge, Ontario, Canada. This vibrant karaoke and games night is dedicated to raising essential funds for a young family White House, Westmoreland, Jamaica, with proceeds supporting the construction of a two-bedroom house for a single mother. The family is currently facing unstable living conditions following ongoing hardship. The event promises an evening of entertainment, community spirit, and philanthropy. Hosted by the energetic Linky Link, guests can expect a high energy atmosphere filled with music, games, and the opportunity to make a tangible difference. The cost for the entry is $30 with tickets available on Eventbrite or at the door. Mhm. Yeah, man, we never said this yesterday, but we're browsing through the papers. In addition to the musical festivities, refreshment will be available for purchase, and finger food will be provided while supplies last. Attendees are also encouraged to bring non perishable food, diapers, donation to further support the relief efforts. This event is made possible through the generous support of community partners and sponsors, included Uncle Delroy's Take a Sip Ocha Restaurant, Delara Event Space, Jamaica House Jerk, Cookie Cakes and Treats, Showtime Services, Live Deceit, Postbag. Quite a number of companies who put together for this event to be taking place. We invite everyone to come, have fun, and support a cause that truly matters. Every ticket and donation goes directly towards providing relief to this single mother facing hardship in Jamaica, said Carla Burke, event coordinator. Elizabeth Hull. We are delighted to be a part of this initiative, especially at this time of the year. Having the opportunity to help Jamaica while here in Canada is truly a privilege. Daniel Simpson says, ignore the noise and politics is key. We rather focus on compassion and plan to offer long term assistance for those who need it. what it is what we are interested in. Bridge of Compassion is dedicated to providing aid and support to families in need, fostering community connections through charitable events and direct relief efforts. End of article. Race Against Time. Charities trying to beat December 31st deadline for hurricane relief supply waivers. New York, USA. Multiple Jamaican organizations and individuals across the United States are hurrying to meet the December 31, 2025 deadline for the government's waiver of customs duty and general consumption tax on most Hurricane Melissa relief items. The waiver, which was originally set to expire on this November 28, 2025, was extended as a result of ongoing recovery efforts after the powerful Category 5 storm devastated much of Jamaica's southwest, leaving an estimate 45 people unalived and extensive damage to infrastructure, buildings, and agriculture. Among the items which attract waivers are food, water, medical supplies, construction material, and equipment such as generators and solar units. The Jamaica Observer reports last week that the massive response from Jamaicans and supportive organizations had overwhelmed the ports in Kingston and Montego Bay, causing concern among diaspora entries mindful of looming December 31 deadline for clearance of goods. The New York-based Northbrook's Seventh-day Adventist Church is among the latest entries moving to take advantage of the waiver, pulling out all the stops to ship a 40-foot container of supplies to the island. The team from the church is collaborating with the Greater New York SDA Conference of Churches, the Bronx LeBron Hospital, several individuals who will be traveling to the island in the coming days to physically engage in the restoration and relief efforts, said Elder Keith Williams. The shipment consists of building and construction material, power tools, lumber, clothing, pallets of medical supplies, piles of medical supplies, tarpaulin, generators, non-perishable food items, mattresses valued at approximately 40,000, 7.6 million. Mm, Williams said the institution, which will benefit from the relief supplies, include the Supplemer High School, Hospital in Westmoreland, Ginger Hill School in St. Elizabeth, seven-day run Memorial High School in Montego Bay, and the Atkins Seventh-day Church in Hanover. Okay. Also hurrying to beat the deadline is the New Jersey Apostolic Church in Kimbrough Heights. Queens, New York, which has predominantly the Jamaican congregation, the church has already secured a container to pack clothing, food, and other relief items, said Pastor Alton Blackwood. In Florida, businessman David Brookside, who operates Diddy's Caribbean Meats, is working with food outreach evangelical ministries, also based in Okla, to raise relief supplies for shipment by month end. We are concentrating primarily on securing clothing, non-perishable food items, and plan to reach out to the food for the poor with the hope that they will assist in handling the supplies. A number of California-based organizations working closely with Dr. Shauna Chin, Jamaica's Honorable Consul in Los Angeles, have also joined the relief effort and contributed more than US 150,000 in construction material, food, clothing, and solar energy units. The organization included Jamaica's Awareness Association of California, Caribbean Cricket Club of California, Global Humanity Inc., Club Press. A spokesman for the entities, Dr. Roy Davidson, who heads the Caribbean Cricket Club, told the Observer that we have already provided help in refurbishing 20 homes and have secured some 500 food packages for distribution. Davidson, who said he was on his second visit to Jamaica since Hurricane Melissa struck, added that a number of London they need to assist in providing to be numerous. As the need to assist is providing to be proving to be numerous. True, true. We are pleased, however, to see signs that the recovery is taking shape, as even the trees which were without leaves on my first visit, right now the hurricane hit, have begun to grow leaves again, said an upbeat Davidson. And you can see lumbers, and you can see plywood, shipment of lumber being loaded into containers destined for Jamaica from the North Bronx Seventh-day Adventist Church. Mm, Good News Church of God of Jamaica. It's the one church, local church, the Good News Church of God in Jamaica, and in Triangle River, St. James lost the roof and it's received assistance. End of article. move so fast. All right. Yes, on behalf of those communities who were devastated by the Category 5 hurricane, I salute those contribution. I salute you all. God bless and keep you all. Thank you so much on my fellow Jamaicans' behalf. The AP Community Worship Center, Florida, donates 1 million to aid Melissa hit churches. The Davie Community Worship Center in Florida City of Davie has announced it is donating US 6,000 1.1 million to the New Testament Church of God in Jamaica to assist churches devastated by Hurricane Melissa. Mayor of Davie, Judy Judy Paul, after attending a Veterans Day event in the community worship center, contributed US 1,000 to boost the relief effort upon learning that the body was desirous of helping the storm ravaged churches in Jamaica. The congregation of the Davie Community Worship Center is predominantly Jamaican and is led by Bishop Dr. Fredlin Beeson, who indicated to ad- administrative Bishop of Jamaica, Dr. Roy, notice that a part of the donation should be allocated to the churches he previously pastored in Lucasville, Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, the Hardit Parish. The balance is designed for other churches across Jamaica that suffer from the hurricane's impact. Our hearts goes out to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica who have endured so much in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, said Bishop Beeson. We are committing to supporting their recovery and rebuilding efforts, and we invite others to join us in lending a hand. A press statement from the Davie Community Worship Center said the church is dedicated to serving both its local community in Davie, Florida, as well as extending support to international partners in times of need, guided by the value of compassion and service in order to make a positive impact through charitable initiatives. Bishop Beeson is a respected figure in the international church community, a former Church of God International executive, former Caribbean field director for the Church of God, and former administrative bishop for the New Testament Church of God in Jamaica. Under his leadership, the Davie Community Worship Center has put philanthropic efforts locally and abroad at the forefront of church ministry. End of article. UDC expands firework fest in St. and Westmoreland. Urban Development Corporation (UDC) returns with fireworks festivities this December 31st, 2025, continuing its cherished national tradition that brings Jamaicans together as the year draws to a close. This year's festival takes on added meaning as it expands to additional parishes, St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland, ensuring that both communities, particularly those hard hit by the hurricane, can share in the experience. As customary events will be staged in Kingston, Montego Bay, and Ocherius. The decision to proceed with the festival coming against the backdrop of ongoing national recovery efforts. The UDC has underscored the importance of creating safe, uplifting spaces where families and communities can come together, reconnect, and usher in the new year with renewed sense of hope. After a challenging period for many Jamaicans, moments of togetherness are especially important, said Norman Brown, UDC chairman. The firework festival has always been about bringing people together in shared space, strengthening community bonds, and creating positive moments that lift spirits. In keeping with this approach, the ODC has adopted a thoughtful and skilled format for this year's festival. While the iconic fireworks display will remain the centerpiece of each event, the overall experience will focus on meaningful, community oriented celebration with good music, a relaxed atmosphere, and opportunity for socializing leading up to the fireworks. Rather than live performance, emphasis will be on creating a welcoming environment where families can gather, enjoy music, and share the moment together as the year comes to an end. The approach will resemble a street party with well known DJs correlating engaging musical selection leading up to the fireworks display. A key feature of this year's festival will be the continued inclusion of Kiddies Village at the locations, providing safe, exciting spaces for children to enjoy activities, entertainment, and simple joys designed especially for them. The UDC says this element is particularly important as part of its commitment to giving children a chance to smile, play, and feel a sense of normalcy and celebration. The adjustment to this year's format were made deliberately and with care, said Bobby Hunnigan, General Manager at UDC. Our goal was to preserve the spirit of the firework festival while being mindful of the nation national context. We want to create opportunities for meaningful fun, togetherness, and ring in the new year in a way that reflects resilience, optimism, consideration for our communities. End of article. Yes, indeed. Almost there. I think that's something would have be more would catch the words that more come out of my mouth if you hold it. Because at times people say them not hear what me I say and thing, and sometimes my voice will get a bit high. I mean, wow, disturb the people. It's a minute past 5 in Kingston, Jamaica. Yes, indeed. My father. Yeah, we just keep it real, yeah, my people. Keep it real, real, real. Keep it real, real, real. Rest on man, rest on them for a little bit, man. Mic in a one, phone in a one. Oh my goodness. I big up all of my fellow live streamers, Chrissy Royal, Ridge Room, The Journey of My Life, Anti DTV, Nadine, Classic. So much out them, I can't mention all the name. I know, yeah, I'm saying I can't go further. Charity, Macy, Macy. Some of them I can't even find them for my notification. I don't know if I know a different time zone, I can't find them for my notification. Notification. Sydney, Sidoni. I only found them. I can't. Oh, Village, brother Village, pick up yourself. Chrissy Royal, I say your name twice. Show me how much respect for your man. Only for respect. Pick up yourself, Chrissy Royal. Oh, and Simone TV, way over there in England, London, England. It's it's not easy for none of we are, man, especially when you have to get up in the hours and try, you know, put yourself in a little slot. Wow, it's not an easy thing. And then I get caught up. I need to get a better gloves. So when you have to, when you ride, you have to have better gloves. Or even when you drive, you have to have good gloves so can't up your hand. Yeah. Both hand, you have to hold on good. Yeah. Move on them road in Jamaica. Road surface, jaggedy, uneven. That's my experience of riding on Jamaican roads. Road surface, it's not even. Yeah, be careful on the roads, my people, telling the truth. Be careful. Careful, careful, careful. Take on the time. Yeah. I wonder if anybody in Jamaica have this experience. Yeah, I try put on credit on the phone and one piece of hassle. I know the credit them can go up on the phone. One piece of hassle. Stevie England, big up yourself. What you say? Okay. Like how the landscape looking at the picture there. Have a nice look. You check it out. Check out your thing later on, Stevie. Come visit your page. Yeah, strength. Alright. Yeah man, we like what we see so far. Remember the errors on them look a bit. The things to the mic was powerful, could I pick up everything with me I say. Because things they're far, might there so, more there so. So I think it should be far for it to pick up on me I say. I rest and me I hold up the microphone and the phone for me I read from. For about an hour now me I hold the two devices them. Mic, phone and I read. Rest of my hand a little bit man. My hands them. Oh, Stephen never hit the thumbs up button. Blessed one, what's going on? Siki has the first crown, Stevie England have the second crown, and Blessed one have the third crown. Yes, I. Okay, all right. My respect, blessed one. For those who are going to set up their AdSense, be careful. Take on the time. Take on the time with the AdSense. Take on the time with it. Or get help with the AdSense. Because I've heard where it's quite a daunting task. I think you have three sections. The number two part talks about the AdSense account and the pay information and whatever. You have to fill it out properly. Check to see that you don't have any AdSense account before, because them only say one account, one AdSense account, and one or two or duplication, because that can create a delay for you out there. All right, the ball is rasta. I'm going to some tips. Be careful, take on the time. When I set up the AdSense account for those who reach the point of monetization. Mm. I'm on the mind me, I'm a people. That's why I flex my hands for a little bit. So I have a stand, could I keep my phone on while I read the newspaper? It'll be quite good. All right, Mandeville, Manchester. Two people died in separate collisions in the South Central Parish on Sunday, while four others, including a 2-month-old baby, were hospitalized at Jamaica Observer Press Time. The deceased has been identified as Juliet Morgan, 58, a resident of Georges Valley in Manchester, police identified only by his alias, Nico. In the first incident, police said a male motorcyclist and his female pillion rider were traveling along the Grovetown to Warwick Main Road in the wee hours when the The motorcyclist crashed. The motorcyclist was pronounced at the hospital while the pillion was admitted for treatment. In the second incident, hours later, four people, including Morgan, her 30-year-old daughter, and her grandchild, a 3-year-old, and a 2-month-old baby, were traveling in a Nissan AD wagon from Mandeville towards Mile Gully when the crash happened on New Green Road near Martins Hill, Dom. Well, police said 8:10 a.m. the 30-year-old female driver lost control of the car on a wet road, resulting in the vehicle plunging 100 feet into a gully. Driver reportedly contacted the Big Rat Auto Sales and Service Limited, which also offers wrecking service, to alert the authorities after she had difficulties reaching the Mandeville fire station by phone. I was at home when I got a phone call. Somebody said, Mr. James, we over we over the gully. Can you can you run come assist us because we pinned down in the car. So I jump up. Same time I called the police and told them to call the ambulance, the fire station and everybody. And Peter James, owner of Big Rat Auto Sales and Service in Mandeville. He said the road is a crash hotspot, even as he recounts hearing one of the crash victims shouting for help. The road is slippery from ever since, so we have to be careful when we drive on this road, said James. Firefighters and police passerbys assist in pulling the occupants from the mangled vehicle from and the gully before transporting them to a hospital. A crowd converged at the Mandeville Regional Hospital shortly after the crash as relatives await updates on the victims. The distraught relatives worry or fears were confirmed as Morgan was pronounced. Morgan's niece told the observer that her four relatives were traveling Mile Gully to bring diapers for her child. I saw them up to last night, Saturday night, as we had a family dinner for Christmas because I planned to go to St. Elizabeth to bring relief items on Tuesday. After clearing items at the wharves Monday, Monday, they even planned to come to St. Elizabeth to help with the relief and the aid, the distraught relative said. I planned to come to have Christmas dinner in St. Elizabeth, so I decided to have one up here first last night, that Saturday night, added the relative. The mangled Nissan AD wagon involved in the crash on Sunday in Manchester. Firefighters used ropes and stretchers to remove one of the crash victims from the gully on Sunday in Manchester. Yes, you are correct on that, blessed one. You are correct on that. As me read it, me, all right, I don't know if I'm a sinus or drain. I have allergies, so I run. Allergies. My left eye, sorry, my right eye running constantly. I have to wipe it. Jay and Money spreading holiday hope. Jay and Money wants to spread holiday hope. The Jamaicans, like the resident of Westmoreland, who observe what is left of her house after Hurricane Melissa ravaged sections of the island on October 28th. Jay and Money has embarked on a holiday hope to spread cheer over the festive season and drive further support for families and communities in Jamaica which are rebuilding following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. Moving away from traditional seasonal promotion, Jay and Money Holiday Hope initiative centers on supporting families, aiding communities, recovery efforts, and maintaining vital family connection across distances. Among other things, the initiative aims to highlight how money transfers can help bring relief and restore hope at a time when people desperately need support. As Jamaica rebuilds following Hurricane Melissa, transfers made during this holiday season carry even greater meaning, said Horace Hines, General Manager of JN Money Services. They help put food on the table, pay essential bills, purchase medication, and provide groceries for Christmas. For many families, these transfers can help restore a small but powerful glimmer of hope while reflecting love and support from relatives abroad, added Hines. He said the initiative builds on J and Money ongoing relief efforts and aligns with the company's broader mission to support the communities it serves and contributing to national development. Yes, a 3-year-old was in the vehicle and a 2-month-old, 30-year-old female driver and a 50-year-old like the mother, so she was pronounced unalived in that vehicular collision because the road surface is slippery. You know, when you drive on road, or even you ride, you have to cut your speed. Cut your speed. You can't drive fast because when you press on brakes, the, remember a rubber tire that you have a slide. You want on a grit for hold on pan. And the hill there, mile gully, round the so as we know, hot spot, road slippery round the so. We know that for a fact. So you have to be careful. We condolences to the family. Morgan. Yeah man, condolences for real. Alright, according to Heinz, with an impact that extends well beyond the festive season, the initiative is designed to empower customers to actively participate in rebuilding lives and strengthening communities. Now more than ever, staying connected is essential to supporting long-term recovery and helping Jamaica build back better, said Hines, while emphasizing JN Money critical role as the only Caribbean-based remittance company. JN Money has always been rooted in connecting families at home and across the diaspora. Our business was built out of care for our people and creating solutions that help them stay connected to their roots while supporting their everyday needs. Holiday Hope reinforces this mission, said Hines. Rest on this and shift something here. Alrighty. only one news pleasant to know, and it's the good news of God. Or I should say the good news about God. Anything, any other news, I will get a little sadness tonight. Yeah, man. Oops. Oh, we never finish it now. Me look back again on this way. We never finish it. Go up, go up. I'm gonna click on somewhere. Oh yeah. I try to find exactly where I finish. Or I should say where I stopped. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me try this out. Alright, as part of its effort to spread holiday hope, JN Money will also provide Christmas meals. Care package. That's why you have to have a cat-like reflex, you know. We'll see it fall in a slow motion. We grab it up. Alright, me go set it so. Sorry about that. I have to kind of find exactly where somebody last reach. Alright, I could start from right here. So, now more than ever, staying connected is essential to supporting long-term recovery, helping Jamaica build back better, said Hines, while emphasizing JN Money critical role as holiday. Sorry, the only Caribbean-based remittance company. JN has always been rooted in connecting families at home and across the diaspora. Our business was built out of care for people, creating solutions that help them stay connected to their roots while supporting their everyday needs. Holiday Hope reinforces this mission, Hines added. As part of its efforts to spread holiday hope, joy, and money. Will also provide Christmas meals, care packages, essential supplies to students and teachers of Belmont Academy in Bluefields, Westmoreland, which was severely impacted by Melissa. The team will also visit select agent locations in several affected parishes to surprise shoppers by covering the cost of groceries, food, and hardware items. Our aim is to spread joy and warmth to everyone during the holiday season, including those who may be facing challenges and not feeling as merry, sorry, who may not be feeling, sorry, all right, yeah, mixed it up right here, so be facing challenges and not feeling as merry right now. This initiative, we hope, will help bring them some comfort at this time, Heinz added, further demonstrating its commitment to giving back. During the holiday season, JN Money will surprise a select number of loyal customers sending transfers during the holiday season with a free transaction, while some recipients will receive a bonus. Customers across all markets will also benefit from rates posts and weekly online discount days. This holiday season, we want to remind our customers that JN Money is right here with them and that we remain committed to serving with heart, whether it's connecting families across borders or helping to bring hope to those who need it most, I said. Okay, end of article. All right, I'm going to take up a paper there before we don't want we wouldn't want it yep, out there wet full time now. Yeah, the article there. full time now. It's a boss calls for urgent support for Western schools participating are preparing for champs, with athletic events unlikely to return to Montego Bay Sports Complex for the foreseeable future. Inter-Secondary School Sports Association ISA President Keith Wellington believes the government needs to intervene to prevent the sports growth from stalling in Western Jamaica. The high school track and field season is expected to intensify in the coming weeks as schools prepare for the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletic Competition scheduled for March 20, 24 to 28, 2026. However, two major spectator events for Western schools, the Western Athlete, Athletic Championship and the Milo Western Relays, will once again be held at the G.C. Foster College in St. Catherine due to the unfit state of the track at the Catherine's All-Base Stadium. The Moby Sports Complex, currently operated by the government through the St. James Municipal Corporation, has not hosted a track and field meet since 2018, a situation which left Williams Wellington frustrated. I must use this opportunity to say to SDF Sports Development Foundation, to say to the Ministry of Sports, and to say to all concerned that it is your neglect why all Western schools have had to, for the last umpteen years, be traveling to Kingston for every opportunity to compete in track and field, he said on Lenton Davies, Mr. Analyst's podcast. The Mobile Multipurpose Development Limited, led by noted businessman Uni Esteen, is set to leave the stadium pending financial approval from the Ministry of Local Government. Esteen told the Jamaica Observer that part of the 7 million investment include upgrade the track to world-class standard. Wellington thought so believe that the government must provide urgent financial assistance to Western schools to ease their expense, especially as they grapple with the extra costs caused by Hurricane Melissa. I think it is time that the Ministry of Sports, maybe through the STF, put together a budget each year until they fix Catherine Hall to say that this will go to Western school. This will go to Milo Western Relays. This will go to those athletes in the West who can only compete by coming into Kingston, he said, because it can't be us, it can't be the individual schools that have to bear the burden of Jamaican's track and field development because we have not been forthright to begin with and forceful enough to say that this is a complex that serves Western Jamaica. Waddington, who also served as principal of the St. Elizabeth Technical High, stats, believe the government's willingness to upgrade the national stadium for now um, Conjugal Grand Slam tracks last April is proof that track in Mobile can be done quickly. At that stage, I don't think there can be any excuses. We took 4 weeks to make a decision and to find the funding to resurface the National Stadium track to allow for foreigners to come to have a track and field meet. We have been waiting for many years for Mobile. Wellington said, this is an opportunity for the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Sports through its various agencies to say that, listen, we have had enough. We are going to be doing this, but in the meantime, let us support the Western entries to participate in track and field this year and not shift Jamaican track and field, stifle Jamaican track and field development. Wellington said, ISA is doing its best to help schools track and field programs in need of support following Hurricane Melissa. We have reached out to Puma. We are trying to reach out to suppliers regarding gym equipment that students may need. Chris Kennedy is working with us to put in together some sort of support for these schools. So we are working. He said, we have already started. Some schools have already benefited in small ways, but we want to make it as meaningful as possible to ensure that the benefits that we are doing for the schools will ensure that the students are able to participate and give up their best under the circumstances. So I think so. That is true. Wow. Oops. Stone 18 on wounding after stabbing incident. A 17-year-old student of Temple Heights District, Stony Hill, St. Andrew, has been charged with wounding with the incident following an with intent following an incident in his community on Tuesday, December 9th. Reports from the Stony Hill police are that about 4:30 p.m., the boy brandished a knife during an argument, inflicted stab wounds to another teen's head and upper body. Wow. The injury the injured teen was assisted to the hospital where he was treated. Following an investigation into the stabbing, the 17-year-old was taken into custody and charged after he was pointed out in the identification parade on Saturday, December 20. His court date is being finalized. End of article. St. Catherine South Police take steps to ease traffic congestion. Well, congestion is a daily thing. It's a global thing all over the place. Jamaica, America, Nigeria, all over. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Oh my, let's tell them my suggestion, but most people not gonna want it. What if you do like China? Can take a page and leave out of their book. Bicycling. If we can ride, we ride. Good exercise. Kingston, Jamaica, St. Catherine South Police will be increasing their presence on roads to address problem of traffic congestion, according to Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Christopher Phillips, who has responsibility for the division. ACP Phillips said the police personnel will be deployed across major thoroughfares to manage traffic flows, reduce pileups, and promote safer road use throughout the holiday season and beyond. The senior cop who was speaking at the launch of the Shop with a Cop initiative at the Portmore Police Station, 100 man in St. Catherine on Friday, noted that traffic congestion has been challenging for residents and commuters. As part of the solution, he said that the Jamaica Constabulary Force will be strengthening, tra- strengthening traffic assessment and road safety measures across the division, particularly as usage increased. He noted that ongoing road improvement works are expected to contribute to easing congestion over time. Meanwhile, ACP Phillips urges motorists and pedestrians to exercise caution and avoid reckless behavior on the roads. He noted that despite progress in other areas, road safety remains a concern with several fatal accidents. We are still having high number in terms of fatal motor vehicle accidents, and we don't want to have these situations for the festive season, he said. We are not going to get carried away and be reckless out there on the road. I encourage you all to be safe while you use the road, AC Phillips appealed to the JIS. End of article. Wow, let's take a look at this overseas one. Nigerian government frees 130 kidnapped Catholic school children. Future Nigeria authorities have secured the release of 130 kidnapped school children taken by gunmen from a Catholic school in November, a presidential spokesman said Saturday. After 100 were freed earlier this month, another 130 abducted Niger State pupils released. None left the captivity Sunday, Dare said in a post on X. In late November, hundreds of students and staff were kidnapped from St. Mary's Co-Educational Boarding School in north central Niger State. The attack came as the country under a wave of massive abduction reminiscent of the infamous 2014 Boko Haram kidnapping of schoolgirls in the town of Chibok. The West African country suffers from multiple interlinked security concerns from rebels in the northeast to armed bandit gangs in the northwest. The exact number taken from St. Mary's has been unclear throughout the ordeal. Initially, the Christian Association of Nigeria says 215 students were and staff were unaccounted for after the attack in the rural hamlet of Burial. Hey, my sister, what's going on? He says hello to everyone at work, so might not notice much. Okay, might not have much. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, around 50 of them escaped immediately afterwards, and on December 7, the government secured the release of around 100 that would have lived. About 165 thought to be still in captivity. How are you? I'm doing great, you know. Doing great so far. Having a little issue with the AdSense. Having some issues with the AdSense account. But take my time. I will get through it by the grace of God. That would leave about 165 sure to be still in captivity before Sunday announcement that 130 were rescued. But the UN's source told the AFP that all those taken appear to have been released, as dozens thought to have been kidnapped had to, in fact, manage to return off during the attack and make their way home. The accounting has been complicated because the children's homes are scattered across Swiss and rural Nigeria, sometimes requiring 3 to 4 hours to travel by motorbike to reach their remote villages, the source said. The source told the AFP that remaining sets of girls' secondary school students will be taken to Mina, the capital of Niger State, on Monday. We have been we have we have to still take all final verification. Daniel, a spokesman for SCAN in Niger State, told the AFP. He added that Niger State Governor Mohamed Bango Bego had called the bishop of the Kantara diocese, which runs the school, to confirm the release of the children and teachers. Daughter of mentioned. spate of mass kidnappings. It has not been made public who seized the children from their boarding school or how governments rescued their release. Analysts have said that based on past rescues, it was likely that authorities paid a ransom, which technically prohibited by law. Kidnappings for ransom are a common way for criminals and armed groups to make quick cash in Nigeria. But a spate of mass abduction in November put an uncomfortable spotlight on the country's already grim security situation. Mm. Surveillance kidnapped 2 dozen Muslim girls, 38 church worshippers, and a bride under bridesmaid, with farmers, women, and children also taken hostage. Wow. Mm. Well, this is what certain band of, I don't know if we call them, that these are what they have to do to get quick cash, abduct children and staff. Not a good thing when it put the country in a bad light. Well, whenever we get a chance to read the recite, that's I look a small section that leave read off what a cycle. I am at work. I work night shift. I work 7 nights a week. So I'm at work. You should recognize the local studios. They work on they work. My room look more lovelier than this. Actually, maybe I can get to film my room more time. My room look more lovelier than this man. This is a workplace today. I'm gonna work at night. About a year now since I work at night. Then change up this thing. From last year, December the 7th, we start work nights. So December the 7th is 1 year. 1 year. 1 year now since I work straight night. When I used to work day shift, I used to work like I used to do double shift and still have like a time for myself. Mm, but to a straight night now, it just seems like you don't really get a day. If you only get like a time for go home, get like a rest and forward or back. But that's just part of the thing, yeah, man. Part of the thing. Anything you're doing in this life, you have to make sacrifice. You have to make sacrifice. What money do you guys use in Jamaica? We use Jamaican currency, and well, people send foreign currency, them can change it in the banks out here, like US, Canadian, and British pound. You see, I'm gonna take off this camera. I want to go straight from the draw down the phone. I show you how the Jamaican money look. This is Jamaican currency, and this is Marcus Garvey, our national hero. This is how the Jamaican money look, plastic. Plastic. Just like Canadian money are plastic. Plastic, but I don't know if the Jamaican plastic $100 note is the same quality as the Canadian. Dollar. It's $100. $100. 100 Jamaican dollar. And you see it have, you can see the figure 100, and you see it say, well, the finger upon it, so it has a Jamaica. And you see the back of it have our famous Duns Ever Fall, and people in my walk. Can you see? And you see the front of Marcus Garvey, Jamaica's one of Jamaica's national heroes. Uh, Jamaican dollar, Jamaican $100. Jamaican $100. Okay. And then the next one, this is a $50 bill. $50, 50 Jamaican dollar. And we have two eras there, Sam Sharp and Paul Bogle. And the $50. Yeah, just say it's like places in like in the tourist resort. They mostly they use Jamaican money, but they circulate US and pound down there. So the Jamaican dollar is what circulate. But if somebody sends some overseas, that is what we use. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I forget something. I take off the something, you know. I don't want it pour in the dry it away. Mhm. Them want the government want implement cashless in Jamaica. I think that will work out. That will work out. Uh, can't go cashless. Can't go cashless. Yes, the blessed one, putting the info there so you can see it. Yes, I. What time I know? 6:15. Wow. The light out, now. You know, the bird, them, I sing. The bird singing. Yes, indeed. Why them cat stay so? I'm left for them yard. I come over your yard and take up residence Monday, December 22nd, 2 Timothy 2, verse 24. A slave of the Lord does not need to fight, but needs to be gentle towards all. The Bible contains many accounts that highlight the value of mildness. Take the example of Isaiah, Isaac. And when he settled in the Philistine territory of Gerar, his envious neighbors stopped up wells that his father's servants had dug. Instead of fighting for his right, Isaac moved his household far away and dug other wells. But the Philistines claimed that the water in this location was also theirs. Despite this, Isaac acted peacefully. When, when helped, what helped him to remain mild, even when others seemed determined to provoke him? He seriously observed the example of his parents, learning how much from the peaceful ways of Abraham and the quiet and mild life and spirit of Sarah, his mother. First Peter 3, 4 to 6. But let it be the secret person of the heart, the incorruptible ornament of the quiet and mild spirit, which is of great value in the eyes of God. For this is how the holy women of the past who hoped in God used to adorn themselves, subjecting themselves to their husband, just as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you have become her children, proved you continue doing good and do not give in to fear. So we can take an example from Isaac, who learned from his parents to stay in peace. His parents didn't want to, you know, provoke you to wrath. Yes, my Father, you are wonderful. Yeah, man. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, I can see that you're still here with us. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. What time it is now? 6:25. All right, we're gonna leave it right here for this segment of our live stream. We have covered two devotional reading, and we read through newspaper of the Jamaica Observer. Big up to my sister Sidoni and Steve England and Blessed One and CK passing through and give us strength. We appreciate it so much. Heart of love.